Hi everybody, Di Garling with you today with a video tutorial for Lindy's Stamp Gang. I've just done a layout using some of their lovely autumn tone sprays as well as some of their embossing powder. So that's the layout we're making. As you can see, all the nice autumn tones. So I think we'll get started. First of all, we'll get started by covering our paper with some gesso, and this will protect and cover it from all the moisture of the sprays and the water, because when I use a lot of sprays I tend to use a lot of water to blend them, and yeah, so that'll cover our paper. So we'll dry that off now, and then we'll do a little texturing with some stencils and texture paste. I'm just placing my photo on there for placement to see where I want it to go. Okay, so I'm just stenciling some little diamonds over the page here with my stencil and texture paste, keeping it quite random. Making sure it'll be showing underneath the photo. Yep, that's working well. Okay, I'm fairly happy with that, I think, now. So we'll dry that off. Okay, then for the fun part, I'm going to spritz with water first, and then the three main colours that I'm using are Tears on My Pillow Tangerine, California Poppy Gold, and Mango Mania, sort of an orangey gold. I'm using water to blend that, but no, I think I'll go a bit heavier on my colour, and I will add some colour with a brush. I like adding my sprays with a brush because I think it puts you very much in control of exactly how much colour you want and exactly where you want it, and you're not worrying about overspray. And water is great to blend them with. Yeah, I'm much happier with that. Those colours go lovely together. That's going to work nice with my photo. So now I'll just dry that off. I dry in between each layer. That's just how I like to do it. I don't think there's a right and a wrong way necessarily. It's just how I like to do it. So I'm going to add some more of the Tears on My Pillow Tangerine, because I want the orange to be the main focus on my layout. So again, I'll dry that off quickly. A little bit of water, and now I'm adding some Midnight Rendezvous Raven, which is a black, and that'll give the background a lot more depth, using lots of water to blend that in so it's not too heavy. See how that makes the background a lot more depth, and it shows it up more. Just that little bit of black works wonders, I find. More water to blend it. You can see why I said earlier about the gesso. With the amount of water I add, you have to gesso the page first. Tad more of the orange. Yes, that's come out exactly how I wanted. Okay, now I'm going to stick this page down to, it's just a thin piece of chipboard, because you know, I'm putting a lot on this piece of paper, and I think it's expecting a lot of any paper to support everything that I'm going to put on. So I think by adhering it to just a thin chipboard just gives it a little bit more strength and support. And I like to use tape for this because it sticks instantly. I don't have to wait, whereas you have to wait and sort of with glue and hold it into place. Okay, happy with that now. That's all good to go. So I'm ready to stick my photo cluster down. But before I do, I'm going to add some black sisal thread, again adding to my texture. That's from 13 Arts. It's just another nice textural element that it adds to your page. Okay, cutting off a few loose ends there. Okay, happy with that so far. Might just add a little black clock in the corner there. Okay, now for the flowers. I'm a bit of a flower queen. That orange flower, I coloured that with my Tears on My Pillow tangerine spray to get exactly the colour I wanted. I'm really pleased how that looks. So I'm going with all autumn tones here in my flowers as well. Orange, yellow, rust. I think I've even got a bronzy coloured one in there, or a copper coloured one. And lots of autumn leaves to keep in with my autumn theme. Love those little autumn leaves. I think they just add to the whole theme of the layout. Might add a few more, I think. You never have too many. Maybe one more. One more for good measure. Okay, keeping all the flowers tight and close together. Oh, well, two more. Okay, a couple of little black vines. I like the black with all the autumn tones. I think it sort of grounds it all. Those two little chippy words, I've covered them, or coloured them, I should say, with Midnight Rendezvous Raven, which is a black spray. Now I've got some little chipboard harlequin shapes here, and I'm going to colour them up with Lindy's Cleopatra Copper embossing powder. Now it's a little bit hard to see the colour that they turn out on the video, but it's a really beautiful, rich copper. Oops, knocking things over. At the photos at the end of the video, you'll be able to see the colour of this embossing powder, how nice it actually looks. It's very intense copper, and it would go with lots of things. Sorry, my video just had a little meltdown there. You skipped the part where I was gluing them in, but you don't need to see me do that. It's not rocket science. Okay, last few little black vines I'll add in there. And one little yellow rose for good measure. Okay, now I want to add a little bit more orange to this. So I'm going to use my brush with the Tears on My Pillow tangerine, and I'm just going to brush some of the orange spray directly out of the bottle, just using my brush, onto the layout, just to intensify the orange just a tiny bit. I like doing this at the end of a layout just to add that little tiny bit more of your main colour. I might pop a little bit over on the left side there too, I think. Dry that off. Yeah, just a tiny bit more of the orange over on that left side. That's better. And now my last thing I'm going to do now is just add a tiny bit of the copper crust. Have another try. Copper crushed glass glitter. I had trouble saying that. And I'll apply that with some gel medium. So I'm just blobbing a few bits of gel medium on there and sprinkling a little bit of the crushed glass glitter. And there we go, all finished. Hope you like it. I hope you like those colours. Those Lindy's colours are just, oh look, you can see them there. How beautifully do they blend together. Perfect colour palette for an autumn layout. Yeah, and you can see there the nice copper, Cleopatra copper embossing on the chipboard too. And I think that looks nice. It gives the layout some structure. These are the colours that I've used, and you'll find them in the Lindy store. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my video today. There's my blog address if you'd like